Hey guys, and welcome back. This is Chosenarchitect. Today we're jumping back into some more All the Mods 7 to the Sky. Hope you guys are ready. All right. I know, first question you have is, Chosen, what is going on with your skin? Well, as the time of recording this video, it is Spooktober, which means I am in my Halloween outfit, and I'm probably going to be in it all through the month of October. And yeah, I'm I'm kind of been consumed, half consumed, yes, by the new mobs. I will forever now go by the name of Warden Architect. I'm just kidding, I'm still Chosenarchitect, but I am in my Warden skin, and I think it looks pretty good. I don't know, I tried my best to put this together. I've always kind of wanted to do a Halloween thing, I just never really had the chance, but now I am. By the way, today is going to be all about Ars Nouveau. So I hope you guys are ready for this, because we're going to be doing a lot of building today. We're going to be getting some awesome spells done and hopefully get some awesome automation done with this mod as well. Now, one of the first things I want to work on is expanding the area right here inside this tree, because we're going to be getting into more automation with things. And so I'm going to need more space, because all of these pedestals all packed together is just not going to work. So what I want to have is an area over here that is going to be for enchanting. And then I'm going to need some sort of larger space that is hopefully going to allow me to sort of automate these essence, or at least have all of them prepped up and then be able to access said essence at a moment's notice. Like, all I got to do is just put the thing in and it's ready to go. Then we also need an area for source. So I'm thinking about also breaking down the back of this area here. There's nothing really preventing me from doing that, except for this little thing, which I'll end up moving. But yeah, I want to get like a little platforms kind of overhanging, and that should definitely give us a lot more space. It has been done! The base of the tree is now much larger. Yes, I did expand out on the base of the tree. Now I've got to get all of this stuff moved over, and then we're really going to get into this. I'm super excited for all of this stuff. So back here, as you can see, I just gave myself a nice little base. Of course, this is hollow on the inside, which actually could be useful to us, the fact that it is hollow. But just having some space is really, I left myself a little too cramped inside here. But it is nice. It has a little window. Now in the front, this is where we're going to expand more out here. I went ahead and planted some of the seeds from this. I want to have this whole area filled up, and I just want it to look nice. This is like what my theme is kind of going for, is just to, as I build and build through these mods, I want them to kind of have their own theme, and this is working. I think this is working so far. Ours just has so many cool building blocks, and it fits really well in with the Twilight Forest. Look at the little like particle effects, like of the like lightning, the lightning bugs. Yeah, I mean, all of that really fits in with this mod. Now let's get to maging. So over here, I am working on setting up my imbuement chambers. Now, the way that these are going to work, and I might be able to automate this later on, is upon request, I basically just need to send this a single crystal, a single source gem, and then it just needs some source and it will generate it. So this actually could be very automatable within my system. I would just basically have to have a requester on each one of these, or a pattern requester, and it should send it, and hopefully we would need some way to pull out of it. I don't know exactly. I mean, I would have to set up some sort of process to do that. Maybe have a chest with some sort of, maybe even laser IO could work. And it'll do it onto the bottom. Now, to set this up, for each one of these, I'm going to have pedestals surrounding each one. They need 3 each, and this is just going to get us, for right now, semi-automation. You can see like this will have 3 around it. This will have 3 right here, right along the back, and these items are going to stay in here permanently, and they actually don't get consumed, which is fantastic. The only thing we're going to need to do is we need to set up some way for us to know which one is what. So we need some sort of indicator. I need to figure out, what do I want to use to indicate what these are going to be crafting. So for this design to be able to identify, I think I'm going to use the clear item frames from Tinker's Construct and place these on here, and then I should be able to identify what we're going with. Now, I think I'm going to go in order from this way over. So this is going to be on the left. So it's going to be this one first. So I can go ahead and identify this one right away. And you can see it lines up perfectly. And even though there's a gap, it's not really that big of a deal. I do just like to be able to see the item. That way I can go ahead and just up and craft. So that means this is going to be over here. And all is well with the world. This is going to look really good once we get all the items placed in. So for example, on this one right here, this essence, it's going to require these 3 items. And I believe I do have them, as you can see right here. And it's going to be very simple. All I got to do is just make sure those 3 items are placed in here permanently. And so long as we have some source, actually, we don't even need source because these will generate over time passively just by generating. It just takes a lot longer. But we can just grab some of these. If I place this in here, you can see the crafting process is add source nearby to increase the speed, but you can see that it will passively just, as you can see right here, just generate them. So after doing some testing, unfortunately, this had to be pushed back because these were not accepting the actual source gems because I guess they're too close to the other ones. So with that set up, I did go ahead and push this back, like I said, and it's okay. It's okay. I mean, I should have made this like a full 7x7 circle, but I wanted to leave it a little bit offset just to give it some more, you know, some more pizzazz shape to it, I guess. But these are all crafting. And so once these are done, like this one right here, just finished, I can go ahead and put them up there. And now we should probably start working on source, generating source, and probably moving source around. So that way, for example, these can go a little bit faster when needed. So let's go ahead and talk about how we're going to automate source. And this is going to be a good example of AE2's peer-to-peer tunnels. So I'm going to be using this. So I already have my AE all set up here and in my base. So let's go ahead and jump back to the base real quick and let's get this all set up. So as we teleport back, I am going to need a few things. Hoppers. I'm going to need 2 more of these because when you make a peer-to-peer tunnel, you're actually making a base ME peer-to-peer. And the best way to think of peer-to-peer is you have something that is connected to one of the peers. You have another one that's connected over here, and it runs through your system, through your network, without touching any of the stuff that's in your network. For example, your drives. It doesn't go into your drives. It's basically a pipe for a multitude of things. Fluids, light, redstone. You can basically just use this as a piping mod, which is pretty cool. And we are actually going to be doing that. We're going to use it as an item pipe. Of course, I can use many other different things to do this, but I'm going to use it as a great way to demonstrate this, and I think it's going to be pretty cool. So let's go ahead and get started. Right here, I have this cable. I should be able to place down this peer-to-peer tunnel. Now, at the moment, it is not what we want. We do not want a ME one, which is a way you can hook up controllers and, of course, get a plethora of channels, which is something that's very, very late game and not even usually really needed. But what I want to do is I want to convert this to an item one. So to do that, I just hit it with a hopper. As you can see, I thought it actually consumed the hopper, but it doesn't. And right now, we have an item peer-to-peer tunnel. Which is what this is going to do, is if I have another tunnel connected somewhere else, and they're linked together, which we are going to do with this memory card, by shift right-clicking. This is new device configuration created and copied to the memory card. It is linked. When we go and use connect it to these other 4 tunnels, it's going to act as a pipe, just like a pipe that's going to go cross-dimensional, and it's not going to touch anything in our network. It's going to be really cool. So all I need to do here is connect laser IO up, and I can actually send items into this. So it's going to push items into this pipe down here. And to do that, I just need to get into the laser IO, grab 2 item cards, and let's see, we can go ahead and just reset these item cards. It looks like these have filters and everything else on them. These are like our old filter cards and stuff. This is also on the wrong channel. Make sure these are back to normal. I don't know if you can like put them. Oh yeah, you can reset them by putting them inside your inventory. Oh, that's so much easier. So right here, this will be a card. This will be a card. They'll both be extracting coal. As you can see, we're overdoing it on our coal. So this is going to be pretty nice. We'll be able to use this coal elsewhere. And I just need another item card. I think I can go ahead and craft that. And that needs to go to the bottom. So we're going to say down. This is going to be the insert, whereas these are going to be the extract. So make sure to set those to extract. There we go. I'm perfectly fine with this transfer rate for right now. We can always increase it later. But there's no like buffer inventory. So this uses up a channel, but there is no inventory. So what this sends is what we're going to receive on our other end. So speaking of the other end, let's go back through the dimension and let's hopefully get this set up. So right here we are. So all I have to do is place these down just like this. And what we're going to do is we're going to have our pedestal setting on top of these. So let's convert them to item like that. And then all we have to do is right click our memory card. And we are now all linked here. And it should go ahead and distribute, I believe, all evenly, or at least it's going to try to distribute evenly. Let's grab all of our pedestals. And if we place the pedestal on, notice coal pops in immediately. So we basically have coal on demand directly through our pipeline. And that is going to be perfect because I'm going to have an arcane pedestal or a volcanic source that is going to be connected to each one of these. You can see as soon as that pops out, there we go. The only thing that's going to be limited is our base transfer rate. And let's go ahead and get some jars and some more volcanic source links set up. So as you can see, I have my source jars all set up. These are all connected here and are gathering source. Now, of course, I can put more than just these source jars. Once these fill up, these will end up going to another adjacent source jar. So we might end up with aligning them eventually. But I want to get into source relays and how to get source from here over here without, without moving these jars physically. Now for this transfer, we are going to use source relays. Basically, I'm going to grab from these jars here, and I'm going to send to jars that I'm going to have setting over here. Actually, I'm just going to have one jar for right now that all of these can work from, but we are going to send it from here. I'm going to have a node that's up here, and then it's going to send to another one that's over here. And we also might eventually want to send it to this. I believe, actually, I don't know if this requires source in order to run. I don't think it actually does, so we should be fine. Let's go ahead and, or actually, you know what? I think it does require source later on for like enchanting and stuff, for like enchanted books. But I don't think it requires it for this. Let's go ahead and place down 4 chests, because this is going to be a collector that we are about to make. So the collector is going to pull from source jars, and it doesn't actually have to be directly connected to them to actually pull, which is really handy. I'm going to explain that here in a second, because we are going to be using the Dominion wand. And then the hopper is going to push. It is going to send source to jars that are nearby. So this is just a nice little way to get a network going of source. And I think they can do up to five jars connected to them. I know they're using 4 items here, but I think the book says that they can do a few. Let's see. The collector can do 5 blocks. Oh no, it can do all jars that are within 5 blocks of it. So as many jars as you can fit in that area. And then the same goes for the depositor. Okay, so we have that set up. Let's go ahead and place down the source relay. I'm going to place it right here. And then if this is going to be connected, it says it needs to be within 5 blocks. So I can actually place this here. Actually, no, this is the depositor. Sorry. We need the collector. The collector is going to go here. As you can see, it's already starting to pull source. And let's grab, I don't know, some jars. Go ahead and make a couple of jars. We could probably do 4 over here as well, just to get a nice amount. And we can actually put this like right in the middle. You know what? Let's just do, I would say let's just do 1 jar for right now. Right here in the middle ish. It's sort of in the middle. Let's just do 1 jar. And then we can place the depositor on top, which will look kind of nice. And then for this, I think I'm going to break this. And I am going to place a jar here. And I think these can fill. Yeah, these will fill this jar as well. Okay, perfect. So collector on top, just to make it look better. It's going to pull from all these jars. And let's go ahead and link this. So to get this linked up, we need to shift right click on this, or click on this, I guess, and then click on this. That is going to send to there. And then we need to click on this and then click on this. And now we have this moving from here and all those jars moving from here over to here, getting this nice and filled up. And this will make this process so much faster. So for anytime we want to craft any of these things, for example, I want one of these. I place this in here now. Notice this is connected and it's pulling mana now. And bam, makes this so much faster to craft. There we go. Done, and ready to work. And as you can see, these are all just being filled back up. Oh, and this is perfect. We are fully getting into this mod. I'm loving it. Now, the reason for getting this all set up is because we need all of these to be able to craft spells. Now, at the moment, I have, a tier 2 spell book, but a lot of the things that are required for this, I wasn't able to do. So as you can see, tier 2, most of these things required these essences, and I'm so glad I have the essences now, because this is going to make crafting these things so much better. Now, essences do have a use on their own, and they are used for some other things. For example, the conjure one, as you can see, these can change states of blocks, which is kind of cool. Some of them, like I said, they have their own thing that they can do. I know I've seen water essence, for example, can fill up water buckets. This is so nice. Fire essence can make fire charges. I don't know if there's one that can generate lava buckets, but that would be really cool. This one, powdered snow buckets. There's so many cool things. Okay, so yeah, this will, with the water, we can make obsidian. There's so many little things that you can do with these. So I'm so glad I got them set up. Now, moving forward, let's talk about some other cool things that you can do with this mod. And that is familiars. At the moment, we don't have any familiars saved, but there is a specific familiar that I would like. And if you want to see the list of familiars and what they do, they all are listed inside the book here under familiars, I believe. It's under one of these tabs. But they basically will list off all the different effects. Some of them will give you effects that are related to your spells you use. One can be mana regen. You regen it a little bit faster. But the one I really want right now, I think, is the speed one. And that's going to require a carbuncle. So we need to go ahead and grab that. Now, to do this, we need to do a ritual of the binding on a carbuncle. I think it tells you right here. Or sorry, a starbuncle. I believe, yeah, the starbuncle is the one I want. I think it was called a carbuncle before. That's why I keep messing up. So it says use for obtaining familiars obtained from the ritual of binding, and I'm assuming on a carbuncle. So there is one roaming around my base. I think we should head back and see if we can't find the one roaming around the base and see if we can't capture this bad boy. So I have seen one wandering through the halls, and I have no idea where it has gone, but they do spawn in all the time. And it may have despawned. It may have honestly fell in a hole. I'm gonna keep looking. If not, over here might be a good way to get this. Let's actually place this in. And let's see, is this gonna capture these that are here? Oh my gosh, it does. We captured all of these. Wait. Not all of them. I think they ended up going in here. So there's this one. Yeah, we ended up getting all of these. Wow, that made that way too easy. The fact that they spawn in here. But I still didn't get the one I wanted. I need a carbuncle to spawn. Or a starbuncle. Let's move all this. Maybe one will spawn? There's one. Okay. So, let's leave this right here. I need another binding, which is pretty easy to make. And then all I have to do is pop this on. Hopefully it's close enough. And boop. And there we go. Wow, we just got basically all of them. Okay, so there's the star, and there is the Drigme. This is the, what is it called? The Whirl Sprig? And then this one we unlocked as well. So all of these are unlocked now in our familiars. And whenever we spawn them in, like this, I now have speed 2. And this is a familiar, like a little pet that will follow me around. How cool is that? Now to despawn it, I'm assuming we can just click on it again. Maybe? Let's see. Or did I miss a button? Maybe we can, let's see, a several familiar grants you speed 2. Golden nugget. Oh yeah, by the way, I can feed this a golden nugget and it'll give me the scrying, which lets you kind of see like x-ray. And okay, perform, obtained by perform. I wonder if we need a dispel to be able to get rid of it, but still, that's so cool. Oh, that's perfect. Look at this little guy. And yeah, we get speed 2 while having this around, which is fantastic. Now, I definitely should probably learn that dispel spell. And to do that, let's go ahead and go here. Let's see, dispel, select it, and then we give it a bucket, another bucket, a bucket, and we need this last piece here. So I think I have the essence. Yes, I do. Pop back down here, and voila, it is writing it up for us, and we are almost ready to go. Okay, perfect. Let's go ahead and learn this. And yeah, because I want to be able to dispel this guy, we need to make a spell. I'm going to set this to 10 right now, and let's just go with touch, and then dispel. And I mean, that should be pretty easy. Dispel, let's create that and set ourselves to dispel. And it doesn't work on this, so it doesn't work. So I don't know exactly how we're supposed to get rid of our familiars. Can we change familiars? Oh, can I dispel this familiar? Maybe it's messed up from going cross-dimensional? No? Can you right click? Huh. So I don't know. We're supposed to be prevented from spawning in a bunch of them. I mean, we spawned in this one. This one I think is just left over. And we can't damage them either. Weird. Now, something that it should work on is this, for example. This is a summon. And if we use dispel on it, it's supposed to go back into its charm, I believe. Maybe I need to change the way this this actually works. Maybe I can do projectile and then dispel. Maybe. There it goes. So projectile works. Now this doesn't have one. Will this work? Ah! So yes, that does work on these guys. So dispel will get rid of your familiar. However, my familiar's kind of glitched out here. As you can see, it will not get rid of this particular familiar for whatever reason. Oh, we're bugged. It's forever here. So since we're going to be making more advanced spells, one of the big problems that come with that is we won't have enough mana. Mana is going to be expensive. Of course, if I go ahead and go to, like, I don't know, shoot to break, for example, and I use this a bunch, we're running out of mana very fast. Now, we do regen it at a significant pace, basically because of our armor. But if our armor's off, it's not regenning as fast, nor do we have as much. Because we do have mana regen 3 on a couple of our pieces. The goal would be to have it on every piece. But we can actually get some active mana regeneration and stuff without having to wear the armor through other means. We can have like a ring of greater discount. This right here is a ring that we can craft, and it's going to give us the ability to, it's going to reduce the cost of the spells overall, which is going to be really great. And we should be able to make the more advanced one. This is going to require 4 ender pearls, a couple of source gems, and diamonds. So let's craft this one. So I believe it was boop, boop, boop. just like that. Couple of ender pearls and last 2 source gems. Now we're going to be crafting a couple of things here. This is going to be our base tier one. Man, I just love the crafting for this. This is going to be the base tier. Next is going to require 2 blaze rods, basically in place of the ender pearls, I believe, to make this version. Yep. So go ahead and grab that out. We have the lesser discounts. And then the same thing goes. We're going to place all of these blaze rods instead of ender pearls and source gems. And this is actually a really nice one. Having this is going to allow us to be able to use a lot more of the spells. Now I'm also going to make a amulet of regen. This is only a single craft, but you can choose whether or not you want a regen. I think we only have 1 necklace slot, right? Charm. What is this? This is a belt. Probably going to end up getting rid of that. Where is the necklace? Is this a necklace? So we have our coin of fortune. We're probably going to get rid of in place of this, because I just want to be able to cast spells better. So dull trinket. This requires 4 gems, but you have the choice on this. You could either go with the mana regen or more mana. There are 2 different versions. I think the mana regen is better. I always hate waiting for my mana to regen while mining and stuff with it, and I love using this tool for mining. It is so good. Like, that's one thing where ours, believe it or not, shines, is in the mining department. Okay, I believe that is it. And then craft this. I'm so glad this doesn't cost any of our mana in our source jars. All right, that is almost done. Now, next thing we're going to craft is the belt of levitation, which is going to be pretty cool in itself. So let's go ahead and put our necklace on. I think this, by the way, can stay in our inventory. Like, we can just leave this in our inventory. It doesn't have to be in the next slot. The ring can take up 1 of our ring slots. And now let's go ahead and just with these 2 items, let's just see how much quicker we regenerate. Like, it is significant. I would say we could sit here and mine for quite a while, just like this, before running out. That's pretty good. The only way to get better is to maybe swap out this gear for a full mage set. That is enchanted, and then that would be even better. All right, let's take a look at the belt of levitation. This would require air essence. Yeah, we do have a piece of air essence. So air essence right there. I've already made the mundane belt. 4 gold and 3 feathers. 1, 2, 3, and the rest is gold. Now, what this should give us, I believe, is step up. That's kind of what it gives us levitation, where like we can hold shift and get like feather falling. But it also allows us, I believe, to float up like steps. And if that's the case, this is going to be so nice. I am going to swap that because I don't even really use my talisman much. And it can actually be used outside of all of this. Okay. So how's this work? Does that belt actually allow me to step up? How is this going to work? Turn the engine off. Because it's supposed to help you walk up mountains. I could have read it wrong. I could have read it wrong. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to help you. Oh, I totally figured this out. So inside the book, it says to hold down shift and also jump. And I turned my jetpack off. So if I hold down shift and hold this down, we now levitate a distance above the ground with that belt. And we can actually move forward. And it's going to maintain a certain distance above the ground. Even works above water. So as you can see, I'm going to drop. But then it's going to maintain a distance above. How cool is that? Oh my goodness. Now you might notice there's a little light following me and I'm lighting up the area around me. That is because this jar of light, for one, when it's inside my hotbar, it's going to light up the area around me. When it's inside here, it is going to create an orb around me every now and then. Now to craft this, it's very simple in the same enchanting apparatus. But the cool part is you can toggle it on and off. So right now it's off. There's no generation, as you can see around me. And to toggle it on, I just right click again, and now it's going to toggle on. Another interesting thing, if you want it to look like this, where when I'm walking, as you can see, the jar is lit up, that's actually Ars doing that as well. You go into settings and you can toggle on or off dynamic lighting. And of course, if you have a low-end PC, it may not work so well. But I have it turned on and it works as if you have Optifine. That is so cool that this mod actually has that built in. Wow. And also, this is a great mining tool. Now, with me showing you all that cool stuff, there's still something else up my sleeve. I already have one golem here, as you can see behind me, the protector of my lands. Well, I would actually like to get an amethyst golem. It's going to be one of the harder ones to get, but this mod provides a way that we should be able to make this a little bit easier on ourselves. So there is a rod, a dowsing rod, that should be able to show us where things are at. I made more than one because I think these take a little bit of durability every time you use them. Yeah, quite a bit actually. So this rod right here grants magic find and, as you can see, the scrying, and it's going to allow us to see budding amethyst, or amethyst, I believe, causing magical creatures to glow, and amethyst to reveal through blocks. And that's what we really want. Now, where do we find amethyst? Well, amethyst is going to be found in the other dimension, because I want to make this amethyst golem. It tells you right here, ancient soul sand valleys in the other. I know exactly where that's out. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to generate new areas because the areas previously generated probably won't have any in, as it was added in a recent update. Now, how exactly do we go about doing this? Even getting the golem to spawn in the first place, because we're going to have to do something very special. So right here is the little cute fella that I definitely want around my base. Although we're not going to have amethyst, I believe, right at our base, at least not yet, this guy can harvest, grow, and collect amethyst near its home, wherever you have it located. And it says, to obtain a amethyst golem, perform the ritual of awakening near budding amethyst to obtain the amethyst golem charm. So we need to use the, where is it at? We need to use the ritual of awakening. Basically the same ritual that we used to spawn that big old fella over there. So on my way to try and find this thing, this biome, I've come across this. What fluid is this? This looks like the stuff that you use in a Tinker's Construct smeltery, like the high-end stuff. This is kind of crazy. And it spawned in this massive tower here. This dimension, though, is very, very laggy. Okay, now this is more like it. Now, I should be able to hopefully, yes, find a pocket like this. Activate this. And hopefully it'll allow me to see into these areas. Wow, this is very dark. Very spooky. But I am looking for amethyst geodes. I think I found it! Right down here. This is showing some really, really cool stuff. Alright, so I am very deep underground, by the way. But this is what I've been looking for. And I am smack dab in the middle, as you can see. Thankfully, it shows from such a far distance away. But I've gone down deep into the caves. We are basically at Y level... Where's it at? Y level -5. So yeah, and it does go deeper than this. So here we are. We've made it inside. Okay, so what I should be able to do is place this here. And then use this. And then this should work. Hopes. Wait, why? Why? Does none of these count? One of these has to count. It did work. What? I thought it didn't work, but there's literally an amethyst golem right here. Okay, so with the amethyst golem spawned right here, and it did work. Okay, all we have to do is use the dispel on it, and there we go. We have the amethyst golem charm. Wow, that is exactly what I want, and we can use this back at the base to spawn this little guy. I also marked this place on my waypoint, and I am going to be blasting through the roof. because I don't think there's a good way to move the budding amethyst. But we will have amethyst block. I don't know. I don't think, yeah, you can't move it or anything like that. I wish there was a modded way to move this. There might still be. I don't know. I just haven't figured it out yet. Anyways, I'm gonna blast myself through the roof just like Team Rocket does every time they show up. I'm gonna pop right through here. So now that I am back home, place this little fella down, and then all I gotta do is just, I guess, make sure to link. So we have the position set, the home set, and this little fella's gonna just linger around here. I love it. Now it only has a couple of hearts, but I don't think we have to really worry about it. This fella does an amazing job of making sure everything stays away. Well guys, with all of that, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, of course, click that subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. It takes a lot of work to put out these videos. A lot of research goes into this stuff as well. And of course, the biggest thing is time. But guys, all you gotta do is click that subscribe button. And of course, guys, I would love to thank the sponsor of today's video. And that, my friends, is going to be a huge thanks that is going to Levis Swag over on the Discord, becoming a Discord premium member, and of course, supporting this channel. Guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope you'll learn something new. Of course, I always learn something every time I record, and I've definitely learned more about Source today than I ever thought I would want to. And of course, guys, if you want to join the Discord, just like our friend over there, all you gotta do is go to discord.gg/Chosenarchitect and join the amazing crew. Also, it is getting close to the holiday time, so be sure to check out chosenarchitect.store, where you can buy some awesome merch. I do have some really cool stuff that isn't just specifically branded towards me, so be sure to check that out. And guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I'll see you in the next one, and as always, thanks for watching.